Okay, let's dive in. We're looking at something pretty fascinating today, a proposal for a sequel to the iconic 2004 Korean film Taegukgi, Brotherhood of War.
That's right. And we've got the full scenario docs, narrative, budget, the whole strategic thinking behind it.
So what's the core mission here? What are they trying to achieve with this sequel?
Well, fundamentally, it's about bridging the, intense physical trauma of war shown so powerfully in the original.
Yeah, that was unforgettable.
With the more subtle, often kind of hidden psychological and relational wounds we see more in modern life. And they're planning to do this with a, frankly, jaw-dropping budget.
Okay, let's talk about the original first. Taegukgi, huge film, right? Over 11 million viewers in Korea.
Massive. And it really hammered home the physical cost of war, focusing on the brothers Jin Tae and Jin Seok. You felt those scars.
You really did. So the sequel, Taegukgi, Epilogue, and Next Generation. It picks up from there.
It does, but it's more than just what happened next. It explicitly links Jin Seok's lifelong issues stemming from the war, what the script calls unseen wounds.
Like PTSD.
Exactly. Things like persistent psychological arousal, that sort of constant low-level anxiety, and interestingly, a real difficulty with true connection. It connects that to his grandson, Kangha.
The Next Generation part of the title.
Right. And Kangha is struggling with his own relational wounds, loneliness, but in our world, today's world, so it's really exploring how trauma echoes, how it can kind of pass down generations.
That's a really ambitious connection.
Yeah.
So, okay, mention the budget. This is where it gets wild, right? 300 billion won.
Yeah, about 225 million US dollars. I mean, that just blows any previous Korean film budget out of the water.
How on earth do they justify that kind of number? Is it all just spectacle?
Well, not exactly. It seems quite strategic, actually. It's split between two main things. First, historical accuracy. They want to meticulously recreate post-war South Korea.
So after 1953.
Right. Everything from the political stuff, like the 3.15 election protests, to the beginnings of the miracle on the Han River, that economic boom, and also North Korea's Chilima movement.
That alone sounds like a massive undertaking. Huge sets, period detail.
Immense and specialized. Then second, there's the advanced visual technology, using AI, virtual production. Techniques like that.
For what purpose, though?
To visualize Jin Seok's internal state, his trauma. Imagine, say, nightmares where you see stark black and white images of something horrific like the Bodo League massacre.
A truly brutal part of that history.
And that imagery intersects with his brother's last words, "You must come back." It's about making that internal PTSD landscape visible, tangible for the audience.
Okay, that makes more sense of the scale. It's not just external battles, but internal ones, too. So how does this grandson, Kangha, fit into this? What are his modern battles?
Well, Kangha represents this contemporary issue of relational deficit. He's looking for connection, maybe using dating apps like Tinder, joining hobby groups, seeking artificial encounters, as the script puts it.
It's pretty common today, right?
Very. But he becomes vulnerable to things like romance scams or this idea of fishbowl management where relationships are kind of manipulated online. It leads to relationship fatigue, basically, and deep distrust.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. And the film apparently goes even deeper, exploring things like AI deepfakes and digital humans being used in AI porn, replicating actors without consent.
Whoa. That raises serious human rights issues, like forced filming, but digital.
Exactly. It draws this really stark parallel. Jin Tae's almost animalistic frenzy of war in the original is mirrored by Kangha's modern inner madness, a madness fueled by technology's promise of immediate, efficient connection that actually leads to deeper disconnection from anything real.
A frightening parallel.
Yeah.
So you have the grandfather's war trauma and the grandson's digital age trauma. How did they resolve this? How did these stories connect at the end?
The climax seems to be about mutual understanding, finally achieving empathy between them. Kangha shares his struggles, his digital wounds.
And that opens the door for Jin Seok.
Apparently, yes. It prompts Jin Seok to finally articulate his own deep internal war pain. It's through creating this true bond with his grandson that Jin Seok kind of rediscovers brotherhood.
Not with his actual brother, but with his grandson.
Right. A different kind of brotherhood, maybe? And in doing so, he teaches Kangha about the value of deepening relationships, real ones, and crucially, self-love.
Is there like a mechanism for that healing proposed?
Yeah, the film apparently references the 5.1 rule from psychology, the idea you need 5 positive interactions to outweigh 1 negative one in a relationship. It suggests that connectivity, real human connectivity, is what heals trauma, even across generations.
That's quite a hopeful message woven through all that darkness. So, stepping back, what really stands out to you about this whole proposal?
I think it's the ambition to be so many things at once. Human drama, definitely, but also war spectacle linked to the original, and a psychological thriller element exploring these modern anxieties.
Yeah, it's trying to hit multiple targets.
And multiple audiences too, right? The 40s, 60s crowd who remember Taegukgi, but also the 10s, 30s grappling with these exact digital relationship issues. It's aiming for broad intergenerational healing appeal.
It really is. Fascinating stuff. Maybe the question left for you, the listener, is this. Thinking about our own lives, our own histories, how might the unseen wounds of the past, personal or even societal, still be shaping our relational battles today? Our search for that genuine connection. Something to think about.